Boxing King Media in association with Box Raw. Izzy, Asif, promoter. You're now 1-0 as a promoter.
Yeah.
You've had a bit of time to reflect on your show. We spoke, straight after, you were still a bit high. Thinking back now, what you're thinking, how it all went.
Yeah, I just about got over it. It's been about 5-6 weeks. I just about got over the show. The response has been unbelievable. Like, people reach out to me from all over the country, and we've had a really good feedback, positive feedback. We're on to the next one. That one's history now, so we move on to the next one.
But what you've obviously spoken to people locally, but what was the reaction like locally to what you put on that day?
Yeah, but they couldn't believe it. They didn't really believe that we'd pull that off for the first show. You're talking small old boxing. There's people who've been around boxing for a long time who were messaging me, telling me it's the best small old show I've ever been to. People like Johnny Nelson, Terry Brook, Kel's dad, and people in the game for a long, long time who've been around shows all over, telling us how much they enjoyed the show and how good it was. Really humbling, and it was positive feedback. But like I said, we've moved on from now. We've settled down. We've enjoyed it. Move on to next and get bigger and better.
So we said at the time, how do you top this? So you've had a bit of time to think about it, and I'm pretty sure you're probably already planning your next show. So how does Izzy Asif top what you did last time?
Yeah, so we've got 3-4 dates already potentially lined up for this year. How we top it is we've got a really good card again. We've got a top card. We've got a champion on our card, Olympian, who's boxed the Olympian team 2000, and I'm not going to give you the year away yet. But so we've got a good card again. We've got a brilliant production team coming again, and we're really looking to top what we did last time. And the production is going to be just as good, or if not better, than it was last time. And that's what everybody raved about, the production. So yeah, we're ready to go and putting on a good show. So stay tuned for the date.
So when do you announce this date?
We're going to be announcing it first week in May. So we've got another few more weeks before we announce it.
And obviously, because of the success of your last show, common sense tells me that you may have had fighters contacting you. Is any more signings or?
Yeah, we've signed 3 fighters.
Oh wow!
Since from now to last show, so they're going to be announced in the next couple of weeks.
Oh, so you're not be messing about then?
No, not be messing about whatsoever. It's been, honestly, phone not stopped. I had over 700 text messages and WhatsApp to reply to. So when people get messages 2 weeks later, they're saying to me, "Oh, you're too busy for that." You weren't. I just couldn't get back to everybody. And yeah, it's been absolutely crazy. I went to Dubai the week after our show. I went to watch Sonny Edwards boxing on the Pavilion show. And I had a meeting out there with potential work with somebody out there as well. And that come on back at a good show we put on. They seen the production and they were just so impressed with it. They really want to work with us. So it's opened doors already. It's only been one show. I've had call out fighters who want to come on my show, want to be signed with us, want to be involved with us. But like I said, there's only so much I can take on, and I'm just going to do it one step at a time, not get carried away. I understand how hard this game is. I'm not under no illusion. This is going to be easy or this is going to be a walking park. Listen, just because we put a good show on and then you get carried away now, I understand how hard this game is. We're up against, a lot of competition. I'm new in the game. There's people who've got a big name in this game, so I know I'm up against it. But so I'm up for a challenge, and our team's grown, our brand's grown, and we're going to grow and just keep growing and growing and growing and just see where it leads to, one show at a time. That's what I say.
Well, I can see you're not messing about. You've got a nice office here. I can see everything's very well organised, and obviously that's what fighters want to see if they want to be signing with someone.
Yeah. Look, fighters will be on our show. You can ask any of them. They'll tell you they get proper promotion, they get good exposure, and that's why every single fighter who's on our show wants to be back on. They want to be back on with GBM Sports, and we do believe at small old boxing level we provide a good promotion, a good platform. So it's something we can build on. I get the question asked a lot: how are you going to build it? How are you going to beat it? Are you going to be able to maintain it? Listen, I've got a plan for the next 2-3 years where we will maintain this level of production, this level of shows. We're not going to cut on anything, and we want our fighters to have a solid platform and enjoy it. And when they do get the big call out for the big shows on the TV shows, they've already had a bit of a taste of the lights and the glamour, and so hopefully it's not going to faze them as much. It's just going on to a bigger platform and moving on.
Good stuff. So you're saying you've got some fighters lined up. Can you give us any hints? What sort of weights are they looking at? Are they local or?
Well, we've just signed our first female fighter, so that was a big thing for me.
Oh, wow.
We know how popular female boxing is, so we've signed our first female fighter. She's really excited. We've got a big plan for her. We've signed a couple of more chaps will just turn into the pro game, but we're going to announce them. You know, really exciting fight, massive fan base. You know, really fan base. This show has not been announced yet. I've not announced no date or anything, and we've already done 400 tickets. We've sold 400 tickets already.
Without announcing
the date or anything, because there's previous people who've come to the show and say we want to come no matter what. We want tickets, so they already allocated their tickets for the next show, whatever date it comes out. So yeah, we're looking to sell the place out again. Just looking forward to, you know, looking to see how we progress, and looking forward to the progression, the fighters, and see what challenges come ahead.
And when will you announce these signings?
Within the next 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
So we'll announce these signings the next 2 weeks, and I'm buzzing for it, and just waiting for one or two things to be tied up, and then they'll be announced officially on all platforms.
Good stuff. I just wanted to touch up on a young boxer lost his life last night. I think you met him before. You were with Ali Tazeem.
Yeah, absolutely shocking news. I got the message this morning and I'm absolutely gutted. Such a bright future ahead of him. His father was a good friend of mine, put so much effort into him. And he's so sad, and such a big loss for the boxing community across the country. You know, he had potential to be a superstar and a world champion. He signed a fantastic deal with Pabellum, and I know Pabellum don't rave about everybody because they've got a lot of fighters in the books, and they really raved about him. Sam Jones looked so highly up to him, and you know, Sam Jones dealing with a lot of top quality fighters, and for him to talk so highly about 18-year-old should show you the calibre of fighter you're going to be. And it's just a sad loss. Loss where, you know, as a father, he's had a massive loss. As a boxing member of the boxing community, it's a massive loss. And just the whole loss in Birmingham, Birmingham community. I spoke to a friend of mine there and said the whole city's in kind of shell shock. And most of the boxing world most of the people I've been talking to, you've just got to look on your Instagram feed and everybody's talking about him. He had such a pleasant smile about him. And I'm just gutted for his father, really gutted. Such a sad, and you know, puts things into perspective. We all have plans that we want to do this, something's going to happen next, but you know, it just takes a turn of fortune like that and a tragedy to absolutely turn your life upside down. And listen, I know what, you know, I know what, I'm not, and I've looked, thank God I've not lost a kid, but I lost my brother at 12-year-old. So I understand similar to what Ali's going through, what Doc T's going through, his father T. It's going to be a long, you know, it's going to be hard road to recover over. When I lost my brother at 12, that was 2005, 2005, so that's been 17 years and I'm still just about recovered over it. You know, it takes a long time to have such a tragic loss at a young age to get over. You know, and absolutely gutted. It's hit me for 6, and I'm just feel for the father and feel for the mother and feel for the family, and such a sad loss, but you know, luckily we've got faith, and he's got faith, and his father will have faith in knowing that this life is just a temporary goal for him. But it's so hard to accept when he had everything in front of him, didn't he? He had everything. He had a massive platform. He just turned over. He had his whole life to look ahead of, and he could have influenced so many people. But hopefully, his short life will still play an influence on a lot of young kids in Birmingham and look up to him and say, look what he achieved at 18, why can't we do that at 18? So hopefully the younger generation who are thinking about going down the wrong path can look at him and think, look how many doors, how much praise he's had, even though it's such a tragic situation. People from all over the world, all over the country are reaching out to him, saying how much of a loss it is for the community. So he'll still be a massive influence and motivation for kids to go down the right path and choose boxing, because you know, at 18-year-old you can choose whatever path you want. There's so many avenues, and you can look at other kids in Birmingham or all over the country that have gone down the wrong route. This kid went down the right route. He got influenced and guided by his father beautifully. I know his dad put so much effort into him. So much effort. I was on his phone to his dad 2 weeks ago, and we were talking about the signing of Pabellum and how good it is, and I said it's a great platform, and he was congratulating you on my show as well. His dad's, you know, support, such a massive supporter of ours, and telling us how happy he was for me, and it just guttering, honestly. It's just such a sad situation, and until you've been through it yourself in your own life, it's hard to kind of comprehend what they're going through. When I lost my brother, I didn't think, my brother was 12-year-old when he passed away. I thought, how am I going to get over this? How am I going to actually go? And really, time is a healer, and it's hard, it's tough, and I won't want to wish it upon anybody. It's one of the toughest things you can do is is bury your own children. It's not the thing that's meant to happen. But listen, we're on this planet Earth and nothing's guaranteed, is it? And there's no like real age on death, and it's harsh to sound, but I've lost my own brother, so I know I can relate to it. And when we buried my own brother, I realised what it's all about. That listen, there's no age, and when it does come, circumstances come up on your life, there's not much you can do.
No, you can't.
And it's just sad, and honestly, I pray for the family. I pray for Ali. I'm actually going to make an effort, and maybe tonight to go and see his father as well and pay my condolences, because yeah, it's such a sad loss. And you know, it's Ali Tazeem was a loss to everybody. So he's not just a loss to his father, even though he's going to have the biggest loss because he's his biological kid. But the fact is, he was representing the whole boxing community, the whole Asian community, Chinese community. He was representing everybody, and he was such a well-mannered kid. You know, you see a lot of negativity with young kids at 18, but this kid kind of blew everything to the top, in the sense where he did everything right. When I met him, he was such a humbling kid. I thought, this kid's got maturity of like a 25, 30-year-old. But that's credit to his father and how his upbringing's been. And yeah, it's a sad loss, and one that'll take a while to kind of sink in for his family especially. But our prayers and sincere prayers from everybody at GBM Sports, myself, everyone else, sincerely with Ali and his family.
I'm sure his dad T will appreciate that, and that's very kind of you, Izzy. So that's it really. You know, I mean, we'll wrap up on you know that, you know, on Ali, a great fighter he was, and it's unfortunate the fans will never get to see how good he was in the professional ring. But you know, like you said, sometimes we can't plan for tomorrow. So hopefully we'll catch up with you closer to your next show when you announce some fighters as well. We'll catch up with your fighters and show announcements. So unless you've got anything else to tell us, Izzy, we'll wrap up there.
No, yeah, just looking forward to announcing our show. A couple of 2-3 new signings, which are exciting, really exciting signings, and yeah, just enjoying the journey and seeing the brand grow.
Yeah, good luck, mate. Thank you.